Taylor Camp is the ultimate hippie fantasy. And by that I mean it's a treehouse community that was put together by a bunch of mainlanders that were kind of thrown out of Berkeley and came to Kauai looking for a place to stay. And this is a community they built kind of by chance, by luck, by divine intervention. And it's a story of how that community developed over the next 7 years, how the people got along, how they interacted with the local community, North Shore Kauai, and eventually how the camp was destroyed, burned down at the end.
If you said, I've got a time machine, we can take you back, you'll be your same age and that same person then, we'd all go back. We'd all go back tomorrow. We'd all go back right this second.
The social happenings of the time in the 70s let this place happen.
Hey, we're going to Kauai. We're leaving tomorrow.
Build a little tree house, live for free. There's good surf around there.
I walked into camp and there were all these incredible tree houses made out of bamboo.
To live out my Jane fantasy in the jungle and run around naked and live in a tree house.
Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
There's gonna be stories of sex.
There was a couple of people that I had sex in that camp that I'd like to forget about it.
I had a fair share of girls.
There was some sex, but that wasn't what was happening. Drugs.
Drugs and alcohol were often passed out like candy in Taylor Camp.
I was able to run off and get loaded and party up because all of my neighbors took care of my children for me.
There was some drugs, but that's not what was happening. It was a microcosm.
Free food every Sunday.
We had a cesspool, we had running water.
But inside the houses, people had their clothes on because there were mosquitoes everywhere.
Making this film was actually an evolutionary process. And by following that, things would happen that would be magical. We'd have a door that we'd come up against and couldn't get through it, couldn't get around it. And if we just allow things to happen and not force it so much, the door next to it would open up and something magical would happen. It would be the perfect next piece for the puzzle that we're assembling, which turns out to be this film. And these characters that are in the film, with their telling of their own personal stories, it's a sharing with the audience. One of the interesting things about Taylor Camp is we don't have a narrator, we don't have a host. This is the story of the people that lived at Taylor Camp.
I was just like shy of showing my little thing, but after a while you just walk around naked like it's nothing,
You didn't have to be naked, but what you did have to be was real.
Every single person that was there was a rugged individual of their own sort.
She was one of the only people I knew that actually worked.
A lot of us were on welfare, to tell you the truth.
In a way, we felt it was better to have money spent on us and food stamps than maybe on the Vietnam War.
So you're not supposed to send nice people and mellow people to war.
I went to Vietnam, and it was hell.
Camp was like a refuge.
It was survival mode for me a lot of the time.
We were all kids, though. We were all just playing. It was wonderful.
Everyone was just trying to do good, whatever their good was. Easy to get laid.
Like, I'm not ashamed of it, but I wouldn't do it again, and I just think it would be better if it wasn't glorified.
I wish I could go back in time and do it again.
The story of the people and what happens to them, what they experience, is universal. History repeats itself. People are looking for a connection back to nature. Taylor Camp offers an insight into that. And we're just hoping people come and experience it and get something out of it, And they will get something out of it. I guarantee you'll love this film.
If you're interested, I can show you where the sauna and the shower used to be.